Before we start, let me ask you something. How does a quiet countryside kid who wanted to become a farmer accidentally walk into an audition and end up becoming one of the most famous humans on Earth? How does someone with a face like a model, a voice like honey, and the heart of a poet still cry alone reading fan letters at night? And how is it possible that even in 2026, there are still things about Kim Tae-young most fans don't know? Today, we're uncovering 25 facts about V that will completely change how you see him. Some are funny, some are soft, and a few are honestly heartbreaking. And trust me, fact number 1 literally sounds fake. Let's go. Fact 1. He wasn't even supposed to audition. Picture this. Young Tae-young plans to become an idol. He's just tagging along with a friend. No practice. No preparation. Just waiting outside a building. Then suddenly, a staff member looks at him and says, "Hey, you, want to try?" That random moment changed K-pop forever. If he had said no, there would be no V, no deep voice, no singularity, nothing. Sometimes destiny really just says, get in the car. Fact 2, he grew up far from fame. When you think of V, you think luxury brands, Paris, stadium tours. But his childhood? Complete opposite. No bright lights, no cameras, just farms, mountains, and dirt roads. He fed cows, ran through fields, played outside till sunset. He once said those were the happiest days of his life. And honestly, that peaceful country kid still lives inside him. You'll see that again later. Fact 3, his grandma raised him and shaped who he is. Here's where it gets emotional. Tae-young didn't just visit his grandparents. He lived with them for years. His grandmother basically raised him, cooked for him, walked him to school, protected him. She was his safe place. So when she passed away, he was devastated. During one concert, he broke down crying mid-performance. Fans didn't know why at the time. Now we do. That softness you feel from him? That came from her. Fact 4. He's secretly one of the most artistic idols ever. Okay, this one shocks people. Tae-young isn't just creative. He's low-key an art geek. The type who goes to museums alone for hours, studies paintings, buys photography books, collects rare art pieces. Like, bro lives like a Paris poet from the 1960s. Most idols relax at clubs. Tae-young relaxes at galleries. That's such main character behavior. Fact 5. He writes poetry at 3 a.m. when everyone's asleep. While the world sleeps, Tae-young writes. Random thoughts. Sad sentences. Lyrics. Poems. He once said nighttime is when he feels most honest. Which explains something crazy. Some of BTS's most emotional lyrics started as his private diary entries. So when he sings something heartbreaking, he's not acting. He's remembering. And that hits different. Fact 6. That deep voice? Totally natural. Let's talk about that voice. The one that makes everyone stop scrolling. You'd think he trained for years to get that tone, right? Nope. He was just born like that. Teachers noticed it when he was a kid. Producers call it once in a generation. The second he sings, you instantly know. It's V. No one else sounds like that. That's star power you can't manufacture. Fact 7. He forgets he's famous, and it's hilarious. This is so Tae-young coded. There were times he casually walked around overseas. No mask. No disguise. No security brain. Just vibing. Then boom, fans everywhere. And he's like, oh right, I'm famous. Sir loudly crying face. How do you forget you're Kim Tae-young? Fact 8. He collects old cameras like a grandpa. While others buy sports cars, Tae-young buys vintage film cameras. The old ones. Heavy ones. The, your dad used this in 1995 type. Because he loves imperfect photos. Grain. Blur. Emotion. Most aesthetic pictures on his Instagram? He took them himself. Not a photographer. Him. Man really said, I'll do it myself. Fact 9. But here's the irony. He's terrible with tech. And this part kills me. Art genius? Yes. Technology genius? Absolutely not. Forgets passwords. Deletes stuff. Breaks phones. Needs help installing apps. The members tease him constantly. He's basically a grandpa trapped in a model's body. Fact 10. His fashion makes no sense, yet always trends. Here's a game. Take random clothes from your grandpa's closet. Throw them together. Add confidence. Boom. Tae-young outfit. Baggy pants. Old coats. Berets. Vintage scarves. Stylists say they can't predict him. But somehow every look goes viral. Only V can make Lost Poet into high fashion. Fact 11. He almost chose acting instead of BTS. Plot twist. Before BTS exploded, he seriously thought about becoming an actor. And after Warang, people realized, oh wait, he's actually good. Like really good. Directors praised how natural he felt on camera. Low-key. If he returns to acting, he might steal the entire industry. Fact 12. He talks to strangers like their family. Taxi drivers. Kids. Random staff. Grandparents. He talks to everyone. Not because he has to. Because he wants to. Fans say one conversation with him feels weirdly comforting. Like talking to an old friend. That warmth isn't fake. You can't act that. Fact 13. He sees music in colors. This one's wild. Taeyong sometimes describes songs as colors. Like certain notes feel blue or gold. Which might explain why his stage concepts look so aesthetic. His brain literally processes music visually. No wonder everything he touches looks like art. Fact 14. He cries reading fan letters. Behind the scenes. After concerts. He reads fan letters alone. And cries. He keeps them for years. Imagine being that famous. And still being that soft. That's not celebrity behavior. That's pure human behavior. Fact 15. His playlist belongs to someone 60 years older. Okay, this one always shocks new fans. You expect an idol to blast trendy pop or hip-hop, right? Nope. Walk into Taeyong's room and you'll probably hear Frank Sinatra, Chet Baker, old jazz vinyls, slow classics from the 60s. Music your grandpa would play on a rainy evening. And somehow, it fits him perfectly. That old soul, rainy window, coffee shop vibe? That's literally his personality in audio form. No wonder his solo songs feel timeless instead of trendy. Fact 16. He designs his own stage concepts, not just performs. Most people think idols just show up and perform what they're told. Not Taeyong. He's low-key a creative director. He suggests lighting, moods, camera angles, outfits, props, stage colors. Sometimes he even sketches ideas himself. He doesn't just want to dance on stage. He wants the entire performance to feel like a movie. Which explains why his solo stages always look so cinematic. Man's brain runs in 4K. Fact 17. His circle is surprisingly tiny. Here's something interesting. For someone who knows literally everyone in the industry, Taeyong's close friends list? Super small. He doesn't trust easily. Doesn't force connections. Doesn't chase popularity. If he calls you a friend, that's serious. He once said he prefers a few real ones over hundreds of contacts. Which honestly feels rare in celebrity life. Fact 18. He can fall asleep anywhere, like instantly. And this is both funny and impressive. Car rides. Backstage. Practice rooms. Random couches. Lights on. Noise everywhere. Chaos. Doesn't matter. Taeyong just. Gone. Sleeping. Members joke he's powered by 10-minute naps like a phone battery. It's actually kind of adorable. Global superstar, but still naps like a toddler. Fact 19. Parties? Nah. He'd rather be with dogs and kids. Most celebrities relax at clubs or fancy events. Taeyong? Completely opposite. His ideal day? Playing with kids. Or lying on the floor with Yeontan. That's it. No flashing lights. No loud music. Just soft, peaceful company. Which is kinda crazy when you realize he performs for 80,000 people. But recharges in total silence. Introvert king behavior. Fact 20. He secretly produces music alone. Here's something a lot of casual fans don't know. Taeyong doesn't just sing. He experiments with producing too. Late nights. Headphones on. Laptop open. Building melodies. Recording rough demos. Just him and music. Some staff members say there are dozens of unreleased tracks sitting on his hard drive. Songs we might never hear. Which honestly hurts to think about. Because imagine how beautiful they probably are. Fact 21. He buys gifts for staff with his own money. This story spread quietly among crew members. After tours, when everyone's exhausted, Taeyong sometimes buys food or gifts for the staff himself. Not for cameras. Not sponsored. No announcements. Just appreciation. Because he said, they work just as hard as we do. That's not something you're taught. That's just character. And honestly, that says more about him than any award ever could. Fact 22. He gets embarrassed watching himself perform. Now this one is kinda hilarious. You'd think someone that handsome and talented would love watching themselves, right? Nope. He avoids it. He literally cringes. He once said watching his own performances makes him shy and uncomfortable. Sir, you look like that and still feel awkward? Life is unfair, loudly crying face. But weirdly, that insecurity makes him feel even more human. Fact 23. He remembers the smallest details about people. This one always melts fans' hearts. If you meet Taeyong once, he might remember you years later. Your birthday. Something you said. A random story. Even tiny preferences. That level of memory? That level of care? It's rare. Because it means when he talks to you, he's actually listening. Not just nodding politely. He's present. And that's powerful. Fact 24. His dream life is shockingly simple. After everything he's achieved, you'd expect crazy dreams, right? Private jets. Mansions. Fame forever. But when asked about his future, Taeyong said something super simple. He wants A small house. A music room, nature around him, family, dogs. That's it. No spotlight. No chaos. Just peace. For someone who lives such a loud life, all he wants is quiet. There's something really beautiful about that. Fact 25. He never lost his childlike heart. And this might be the most important fact of all. After the fame, after the money, after the millions of fans screaming his name, Taeyong didn't change. He still makes weird faces, still laughs loudly, still acts goofy, still cries easily, still gets shy, still feels everything deeply. He never became untouchable celebrity V. He stayed Kim Taeyong, the same countryside kid with a soft heart and big dreams. And maybe that's exactly why people love him so much. Because he doesn't feel like a star. He feels like someone you could sit next to talk to for hours and just feel safe around. And honestly, that's rarer than talent. So yeah, behind the luxury brands, behind the deep voice, behind the global superstar image, is just a soft, artsy, old soul kid who loves jazz, poetry, dogs, and quiet nights. And somehow, that kid ended up changing the entire world. Which fact surprised you the most? Comment the number. And if you want 25 facts about Jungkook, Jimin, or Jin next, you already know what to do. Because trust me, this iceberg goes way deeper. See you in the next one.